Bee farming. Bee farming is a business enterprise that most people are venturing in at the moment. Due to the growing population, most people are getting into bee farming because the consumption of meat is increasing day in, day out. Today, we have few challenges that people experience in the process of rearing the beef cattle. So challenges we face as beef farmers or beef people who are venturing into beef farming. We have poor growth rate. This challenge affects most of beef farmers. So before or once you venture into this business of beef farming, make sure you know there is a challenge of poor growth rate. Here, remember, you can buy or you have 50 heads of cattle, but now the rate of growth of these animals differs from each individual animal. This can be due to genetic makeup, bullying, fighting, poor feeding. Few challenges affect poor growth rate. So these are challenges in beef farming that we encounter. There is disease. Once, if you buy unhealthy animals, sick cattle to your farm, you will find what? You will find there is the percentage of investment you are going to place in veterinary work or in drug maintenance, no, into drug treatment of these animals, it will be at a higher level. This is like foot and mouth disease. You can do what? You can spread it. Brucellosis, ECF, the FMD, others. You they can get into your farm, maybe due to poor cleaning. That is can lead to FMD. Not spraying your animals always, ECF. There is the infestation of ticks. So diseases they should be controlled on time, and timely controlling of these things leads to minimum cost when it comes to treating these diseases to our animals. We have water shortages. Here in arid areas and semi-arid areas like the highland areas of Kenya, like the northeastern, eastern, northeastern provinces or areas, we experience high temperatures sometimes, high droughts, which can lead to water shortage. So this affects most farmers with big ranches with too many animals. They lack water to give their animals. Leads to starvation, death. So we should know how we are going to balance the problem of water before starting or venturing into the farming. Water at times is a challenge during times of drought. Inadequate nutrients or inadequate nutrition. This mostly comes to farmers who usually feed their animals. Just feed your animals to make them full. But you are not doing what? You are not giving them enough, or you're not giving them quality feeds. Yeah. So make sure you do what? You give these animals high quality feeds. Lack of veterinary services. Lack of veterinary service. When you talk about lack of veterinary services, you find in some areas there is very few people with the knowledge of animal health. So once there's a shortage of veterinary services in your area, you'll have to hire people from different counties, different areas to come to your area to help you in terms of problems or risks of this type of diseases. So, sorry, this sometimes a challenge because you'll have to venture in a lot in this veterinary services area. So this can sometimes a challenge because you find there is an animal that is sick at night. It gives you a bigger headache where you are going to locate a veterinary personnel who will come to your farm on time to give your animals aid or help or treat your animal before the time ends for it. Because some diseases, when you delay a bit and treatment, you can lose your animals that you didn't, that becomes a loss as a farmer. So veterinary services sometimes are challenge in some areas where there is few people with knowledge of animal health. Lack of market access here, or this mostly affects areas where with the poor road network. Poor road, poor road network leads to lack of market access. Sometimes during too much of rain season, some areas can't be accessed due to poor road. Markets, you can't reach the market, poor roads. So this challenge of road networking affects beef farming. The time of selling your animal, the time of bringing the animal to your farm, poor road challenge. So we have to make sure we are near the market for easy business. We have illegal animal traders. These are the people who come to your farm, sell you animals at a lower price than the market. That's just a small case, maybe. They sell you animals at a lower price than the market. Few days you come to notice that these animals were stolen from somewhere else. So you are being in a case as a person handling stolen items, stolen animals. So this case you will carry it as a farmer on the back of the other person who sold you the animals. And these people mostly they don't need, they usually need cash transactions. So make sure you have written documents, people who are going to sell to you the animals before starting beef farming. Know where you're sourcing your animals from. You have poor genetic potential, poor genetics. Local breeds, they have this problem a lot. So genetics of these animals, we can't do anything about them. So we'll have just to cope with it because the genetic of this animal, unless we do crossbreed, unless we do what, we buy breeds that are good for meat. So these are local breeds. Generally, they have a genetic problem, and of which will be a loss if you are not going to select within these breeds a few animals that have good potential gaining meat. Don't buy the dwarfs, just buy animals with good structure that will do what? Will do very, very well in your farm. So the genetics of these animals, there's nothing you can do about them, but just cope with it. If you have cash, look for breeds that do well in meat production. To have fluctuation in meat prices is a challenge because you can study the market. Sorry, you can study the market before venturing into beef farming. With the time, notice the price of meat going down and the price of feed is going up. So this challenge it is also there in beef farming, the challenge of price fluctuation. So you should know that before in venturing into beef farming. Record keeping. Record keeping. This is the biggest challenge that most beef farmers encounter. Record keeping. So make sure you know the dates you bought your animals, the weights they came with it, the production, all the system, all the management activities you have been doing with these animals. Make sure you record them. All these helps you when it comes to the time of selling your animal. You'll know this animal came to my farm with this weight on this date. It consumed this amount of money in my farm. So I should sell my animal at this price for me to do what? To make profit. So record keeping is a good thing. And make sure you do what? You keep a proper record. All these that are being assisted by ear tags. If you give your animals ear tagging, because ear tagging is like the identification mark of this animal. So once you know tag 001, 002, tag 010, 020, Once you put it into the system, it will give you the whole record of this animal. So record should be kept for all your animals. Those are just a few challenges we face as beef farmers in Africa, in Kenya, in the world. All these challenges are the same. They are the same. So before starting, you should know these challenges that you are going to encounter in the process of rearing your beef animal. Thank you for your time. That was just today's video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Goodbye.